This is Duke University.
You have invited me to be part of an undergraduate education experience in which my spirit soars. That is undergraduate research. I love working with undergraduates on their original research because it is the one place in your undergraduate education where you truly put the pedal to the metal and you integrate in meaningful ways what you are learning.
The formal definition for affirmative action is the policy favoring members of a disadvantaged group who are perceived to suffer discriminations within a culture. As you can see on the image, the different words that seem to stand out with affirmative action are race, education, people, the need, college, racism, are all of these that are related to affirmative action.
Second wave feminism launched the women's rights movement into the national consciousness in the 1960s and 70s, but it was not necessarily a movement for all women, and in many ways it was really just feminism for wealthy white women, and others were shut out. So with their voices neglected by mainstream feminists and also overlooked within the cultural constraints of a larger Latino rights movement, a lot of these Latino women were left to forge their own paths.
In the memoirs of Latina and Latina authors Yuridia Ramírez, Brenda Skyhorse, John Leguizamo, and Raquel Cepeda, there is a crippling anxiety associated with assuming the role of a parent in the United States. The authors characterize their fear by describing a transnational curse, or fuku in the case of Cepeda, that is passed down from generation to generation in their respective families.
This morning, I'll be presenting a close reading of Miguel Pinheiro's The Book of Genesis According to St. Miguelito, produced in the historical moment of the Nuyorican nationalist movement, as a compelling example of how literature can be a site of counter-nationalism, in this case in relation to the U.S. Pinheiro offers an example in which literature can be implicated in nationalist tendencies, i.e. nation building, as well as counter-nationalist tendencies of disrupting by way of denaturalizing the mechanisms of power the rich nation may be stabilized. Thank you.
The name of my paper is Documenting Memory, the Impact of the Mexican Revolution on Mexico's Film Industry. Analyzing the films surrounding the Mexican Revolution gives insight into the intentions of the creators and the reactions of the audiences. Films provide a window into what was thought and valued at a time and how these sentiments were conveyed through a popular medium. The political changes brought about by the revolution had an immense impact on the Mexican film industry and the public's perception of the revolution, both in what was shown to them and their own willingness to accept and study the conflict. Films concerning the themes of the Mexican Revolution reflected the views of the Mexican society, but they in turn used their high visibility to influence how generations of people saw the conflict and its outcomes.
So if you talk to some of these people, you learn their stories, and you can have an opinion already before you even talk to these people, but then again, you can be open to change it, and by talking to other people, you have more chances to change it. And you have to research, because you have to learn on your own. You can't just go through life making your opinions based on what people have fed you, the ideas that people have fed you. You have to look up your own research, have your own basis of knowledge, and from all of this, you can learn from it, and perhaps we can fix this irregular treatment of immigrants and make them feel as if they're part of the nation culturally, as well as just because they do deserve to be part of this nation.
There are far many more questions that have to be addressed and that are important to be addressed. And those questions should be addressed by those who have the intellectual background to do so. Those of you who have taken courses in Latino studies, so that you know the Latino experience from research, you know it from understanding the humanities, and a host of other experiences. I am very proud of you today for investing in research in helping to fill that research gap with your work. The only thing that I ask of you is don't let this be the end of the line for you with respect to research. Rather, let it be the beginning. Thank you.